Hello and welcome to my presentation. This video was created with Powtoon, a presentation tool that works like an animated slideshow. The video and lesson plan are brought to you by me, Amara Chambers. Intended for instructors, I will lead you through a lesson plan designed to teach writing through art. This lesson plan was specifically designed for a 5th grade English as a Second Language classroom with a language proficiency at WIDA Level 3, but I encourage you to adapt this lesson plan to your students' abilities. At this point, you may be wondering, what will my students learn? During this lesson plan, students will focus on the skills that help them toward their 5th grade writing goals. They will observe and discuss 2 works of art. They will add to their vocabulary list with content-specific words. They will practice the language of comparing and contrasting in writing activity. And for fun, they will take part in a creative team write. You may ask whether an art activity in writing class helps students work toward their Common Core writing goals. I believe that art can be treated similarly to a literary text. Students are asked to closely read a painting, not unlike the literature that they are given. In this lesson, they will be asked to provide logically ordered reasons that are supported by facts and details from the visual image in front of them. They will link their opinions and reasons using clauses like consequently and specifically. They will also link ideas within and across categories of information as they compare and contrast 2 visual images. They will also use precise language and domain-specific vocabulary so that they may discuss the images. And of course, they will get to engage with art, which is always a good thing. Okay, let's get to the lesson, for which you will need 2 images that the class will discuss, the compare and contrast worksheet, and a space to record the students' observations and final story. I have chosen 2 works of art for my class, and you may use these or choose your own. You can find the images and worksheet available for download at the end of the presentation. To begin, put up one of the images on the wall, just one. When your students come into class, tell them that today they will be art critics and that they should sit in a semicircle around the image for critique. When the students have settled, ask them to take their time to really see the image using their observational and close reading skills. During this time, pass out the worksheet. Image number 1 is a 20th century American painting titled New High Street by Millard Sheets, 1930. Do not tell your students anything about the painting, including the title and artist. This is an observational writing exercise. If you wish to discuss the artist and painting as a historical object, I suggest saving this for after the lesson. After taking some time to observe, begin by asking them simple questions about the work. Ask them what they can see, and push them to go deeper with questions like, what more can we find? Remind them to use the painting as visual evidence. Ask, what do you see that makes you say that? Ask them to write their observations in a list area of the worksheet. Also ask them, why do you think the artist made this painting? How does it make you feel? And what is the tone of this painting? They will then make up a title for the painting and write their response on the worksheet. Now it's time to repeat the critique process with the second image. Remove the first image and allow the students to observe the second on its own. For the second, I have chosen a piece from the Harlem Renaissance, known as Street to Mbari by Jacob Lawrence, 1964. Once the class has observed and discussed both paintings individually, they can begin the compare and contrast part of the assignment. Fill out the worksheet with them. Prompt them with questions to fill in the blanks as a class. What do image number 1 and number 2 have in common? How does image number 1 feel? How does image number 2 feel? How are the 2 images different from each other, specifically image number 1, and in contrast, image number 2? Once you have finished the worksheet, you can proceed to the creative team write. Tell the students that they will write a team story inspired by one of the images. Ask them to vote on their favorite painting. Now that they have chosen a painting, each student will tell a sentence of the story. Let them know that they can be as creative or silly as they wish, but that they should use what they see as visual evidence. You can begin the story yourself with the first sentence. Don't be too specific so that it leaves your students as much creative room as possible. Record the story as they tell it, and hopefully you and the classroom will have some fun. That completes the lesson today. Your students have now critiqued 2 paintings, practiced comparison language and observational skills, and hopefully had fun writing a class story. Thanks for watching. You can download a PDF of your worksheet here.